Today we're going to look at dividing with decimals. So here we have 8.217 being divided by 3. Now 3 is a whole number, so I don't have to worry too much here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my decimal point goes directly above where it is in my question. And then my division is just normal after that. So let's have a go at this question. So how many 3's go into 8? 3 goes in twice, because 2 3's are 6, so that means I have 2 left over. I'll do this one using short division. So I'll have 2 left over, so I'm going to carry the 2. Now how many 3's go into 22? That will be 7, with 1 left over, because 3 7's are 21. Okay, now how many 3's go into 11? I'm going to get 3, because 3 3's are 9, which means I have 2 left over. And now how many 3's go into 27? 3 into 27 goes 9 times, because 3 9's are 27. So there we have it. Our answer is 2.739. All we had to do was make sure that our decimal point gets put in directly above where it is in the question. Now here I have a decimal number being divided by another decimal number. Now that makes it really tricky. So I want to move the decimal out of my divisor. So this here is called your divisor. It's the number that you're dividing the other one by. Basically it's the number out the front. So I need to do, just like I did with multiplication, I'm going to move my decimal to the end. I'm going to move it out. But the difference here when we're doing division is that if I've moved it one spot to the right in my question, I'm going to be moving it one spot to the right over here as well. Okay, so how many spots I moved over here is how many spots I need to move it in here. Okay, so now I'm dividing by the number 5 because it's now a whole number. So now I'm dividing 24.7 by 5. I might actually rewrite this question underneath so that you can see what it looks like. So now I'm dividing 24.7 by 5. Now it looks like this, okay? Because I've moved my decimal spot one spot to the right in both my divisor and in the question. Okay, cool. Let me get rid of this now. So now I'll do this one long division style. All right, so now let's do this division. So how many 5's go into 2? 0. So I'm going to put a 0 up here. 2 take away 0 gives me 2. So now I'm going to bring down this 4 and put it here. So how many 5's go into 24? 4. Because 5 4's are 20. So that means I have 4 left over. Now I'm going to be bringing down my 7. Now I need to make sure that I put my decimal place directly above where it is in my question. Now keep in mind that I did move it, but it goes directly above where it was moved to. Okay, so now I'm putting my 7 here. How many 5's go into 47? It's going to be 9, because 9 5's are 45, which means I have 2 left over. Now I've run out of numbers here, so remember all numbers have infinite zeros on the end, so I can bring that 0 down and turn this into the number 20. So how many 5's go into 20? It'll be 4. Because 5 4's are 20, which means I have 0 left over. So it means our answer is 4.94. Now, when it comes to division, I don't need to go moving anything back. I don't need to move my decimal places back or anything. They just stay where they are. Okay, just so long as the number of decimal place movements are the same on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Now, it's probably a bit confusing me having done it this way, so let's do a question short division style. I've got a decimal being divided by a decimal, so I want to turn this divisor, the number at the front, into a whole number. So I'm going to move my decimal point out of the way. So it's moved one spot to the right, which means I have to do the same in here. So now it's here. And so that I don't forget, I might actually draw my decimal point directly above now so that I don't forget it later or get confused. So now what I'm going to be doing is this has become the number 13. So how many 13s go into 2? 0. So I'm going to put a 0 up here, which means I've got 2 left over. So this becomes the number 26. How many 13s go into 26? 13 ones are 13, 13 twos are 26. So it'll be 2. And I have no leftovers. How many 13s go into 1? None. So I'll put a 0, which means I have 1 left over, so I'm going to carry that 1 across here. How many 13s go into 19? It'll be 1. And how many left over? 6. Okay, now how many 13s go into 65? 13s into 65. I don't know. Let's take a guess. Let's try it and go 13 times 5, maybe. 3 5s. 3 5s are 15, carry the 1. 5 1s are 5, plus 1 is 6. Oh, okay, so the answer's 5. That was a very lucky guess. Anyway, so when it comes to when you don't know, just gonna have to do a bit of trial and error, like I did here. Well, I mean, I luckily guessed it the first time around, but yeah, you just kind of have to like see how you go. Long division might come in handy here, that way you can test your answer. Anyway, the moral of the story when it comes to dividing decimals is to make sure that if you've got a decimal in your divisor, that you move it out and copy those movements in your actual question as well. So if you've moved it 1 spot here, it has to move 1 spot there as well. And then you're just going to pop it directly above where it is in your question. Now here, this one didn't have a decimal place in our divisor, so all we did was put the decimal place directly above where it was in the question in our answer. Cool, and that is how we do division with decimals.